The suit filed by some states challenging the federal government's Naira redesign policy resumes at the Supreme Court, and as usual, the court is filled with majorly lawyers. The 7-man panel of justices led by Justice John Okoro first consolidates the various suits into one, as earlier stated at the last adjourned date. Abia State had filed an application for a joinder and was initially turned down for filing it late. However, the application was later added after the court resumed sitting. The plaintiffs are arguing that the implementation of the policy has caused untold hardship for Nigerians. They want the Supreme Court to set aside the preliminary objection of the Attorney General of the Federation, which is in opposition to the suit, for being in contempt of the Supreme Court order of February the 8th and the directive in President Muhammadu Buhari's speech delivered on February the 15th, as it is a disrespect to the authority of the court. The Attorney General of Lagos State, Mr. Moyosore Onigbanjo, also asked the courts to prohibit the Attorney General of the Federation and President Muhammadu Buhari from being granted an audience until they comply with the order made on February the 8th. He says the policy has impacted on Lagos State and is affecting the government from carrying out its constitutional functions. However, counsel to the federal government, Mr. Kano Agabi, says all the relief sought by the plaintiff are rooted in Section 20 of the Central Bank of Nigeria Act, and therefore the Supreme Court has no jurisdiction to hear the suit, as the action cannot commence with an originating summons. He adds that Nigerians had already begun rejecting the old notes way before the president's directive. He insists that the president is not in violation of the Supreme Court order.
This policy is one which impacts negatively on the functions of the Lagos State government in terms of our revenue, in terms of our finances. And the government is apprehensive that if this policy is not reversed urgently and speedily, we might witness another serious outbreak of violence in Lagos.
We are looking for solutions. Please, those who have this Naira in their hands should submit them to the CBN or any banks designated for that purpose. Nobody will lose his money if you try to comply.
The judgment is set for March the 3rd, after the presidential election and before the state elections.